personally not a very good camera angle, and I don't have much battery on my camera, and I can't find my spare battery, so it's gonna be an interesting video. And I picked this setting because it's the juxtaposition of the video that I will be filming. In today's video, I thought I would share with you more of the minimalist content rather than necessarily frugal, but minimalism and frugal, in my opinion, go hand in hand, and being a minimalist helps save you money. And as you can see, there is in some ways in which we are not minimalists. So I just wanted to do it in this setting so that you saw that we are definitely not perfect. We have a lot of stuff. Most of the stuff we have is our children. So this is my children's Lego room. It is an obsession. It's not a Lego room, it's a playroom, and we have lots of books and other bits, but we have lots of shelves that you can't see in the shot, but this is all their Lego. That's why I just wanted to have a disclaimer here. Me and my husband, I think, have maybe bought a handful of these Lego sets. The rest have all been ones from family members, or where my son has saved up a ton, like my children together, my sons have saved up their money and together they've bought a second-hand set. We have not bought all of these sets. I would never spend, oh my goodness, like £400 I think it is on this Lego set. This is the Harry Potter Lego. Would never do it, but apparently some of my family members would, and my children also have worked really hard at saving up for sets that they've wanted to. That is their money, and this is their stuff. I am a minimalist, my husband and I are both minimalists, but we will not get rid of our children's things unless they agree with it. So I just thought I would do it in this setting because it's very the juxtaposition of me telling you things that we don't own while in front of a ton of stuff that we do own. And yes, these are all colour coordinated drawers of Lego. I am not a Lego person, so this does give me a lot of anxiety. If it was up to me, I would not have this much Lego. I probably wouldn't have any Lego in the house because it does send me crazy, but the kids and my husband absolutely love it, so I have to put up with it. I have come up with a list of, I don't know, I'm giving up counting at this point, but I've got a list of things that we do not own as a frugal minimalist family of now 5. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't own these things, and if you own them, that's absolutely fine. I'm not judging you. This is just things that I guess quite a lot of households do own that we just don't, and we found that we don't need them, and we found that they're just wasted either space. And when, in my opinion, with clutter and wasted space, it takes up space in my mind, and I just can't. I prefer to have less stuff, so there's more space in my mind. So I'm just gonna get straight into the video. I guess I'm not, because I've babbled for ages, but one thing that we do not own that people really struggle with is we do not own a kettle. My husband and I do not drink hot drinks, and then when we need to boil water, we just do it old-fashioned on the stove. It's a sore point in my family, because when my in-laws come to visit, they bring a little kettle with them so that they don't have to boil water on the stove. Yeah, we don't own a kettle. We don't find there a use for one. When we do have people around who want hot drinks, we just boil the water on the stove. Another thing we don't own that people, again, really seem to struggle to understand is we do not own a microwave. If we want to heat up our leftovers, we do so in the oven or on the stove. A microwave just takes up so much space, and we don't find a need for it, and we cook most or all of our stuff from kind of scratch. So the only thing we need to heat up is leftovers, and we can do that in the oven or on the hob. You just have to be a bit more patient. Another thing we don't own is a slow cooker, or I think in America they call them crock pots. It is something that every now and again I go, oh, I should have a slow cooker, but because we don't eat meat, I find that they aren't that as useful. Growing up, I remember my dad would use a slow cooker all the time because he'd make amazing like pulled pork and like lamb roasts, and that would be amazing, and I can see the benefit of having a slow cooker if you eat meat. However, yes, there is meals, you can of course cook a lot of meals in a slow cooker being a vegetarian. I just don't see the benefit. You can do, in my opinion, that on the hob. And we also have something that I accumulated, kind of stole from, but not really, from my grandma, which is a air fryer, but it also converts into a pressure cooker. So if I really wanted to, I can cook things in my pressure cooker. I don't feel the need to own a slow cooker and have more space of a big appliance taken up. And that's another thing, like number 4, am I saying numbers? Oh well. Number 4, like, is rarely used appliances, big appliances that aren't used that often. So some people might use these all the time and that is absolutely fine, but we don't. It's like bread makers, I don't know, coffee machines, like fancy ones. People have like meat cutters, like deli meat cutters, or I can't even think of these large appliances, but large appliances that are only used a couple of times a year. Like we had a juicer that we kept because we have apple trees. We found that we don't really even use it for our apple trees. We'll just eat the apples. So I'm actually going to sell that this week. Big, rarely used appliances and small ones, like we had a pasta roller that we got during lockdown to try and make our own pastas. We thought it just wasn't worth it. It was a faff. So we sold that. And yeah, like appliances that are rarely used, we don't own. And if we feel like we need one, we'll see if we can borrow one or find it secondhand. Number 5 of something we don't own is non-stick pans. So we decided a couple of years back to invest in really good stainless steel pans, pots and pans. We switched to stainless steel because we found that we tried to invest in some good non-stick pans a few years prior, but the non-stick coating was wearing off. I don't like the idea of that coming off on my food. Once the non-stick coating comes off, it's a complete waste and pointless thing. And I feel like, no, I've never found a non-stick pan that lasts as long as stainless steel will. I feel like our stainless steel pans will last a lifetime, and I don't want to continuously be buying new ones. So this is less towards the minimalist reason. This is more towards saving money and frugal living. Saved up some money, invested in some really good stainless steel items, and I find that they are way better. Yes, sometimes it's frustrating when a non-stick pan would be more helpful, but we have learned how to use the stainless steel in the same way as a non-stick pan. Number 6 is this is like a mixture of things. So we also don't buy sponges. We don't need them. We use reusable cloths to wash our items up. We don't buy things like air fresheners and anything with fragrance in, because it really affects my asthma. And we just don't own like fabric softeners, air fresheners, sponges, anything like that. This is mostly because of my health and to save money. We just use reusable things and we don't find a need for them, and they just take up space and I don't feel like it's needed. Number 7, which like maybe not that many people maybe own, but a lot of people in my world do, are essential oil diffusers. I would love one, however, decent essential oils is so extremely expensive. When you find cheap essential oils, be really cautious because they're normally really bad and not very high quality. Really good high quality essential oils are a fortune, and I'm just too cheap to buy them all. I would love to have a collection of really good quality essential oils, but you're talking spending hundreds of pounds potentially on that, and I'm just not here for it. So I don't have an essential oils diffuser, and I don't have any essential oils at the moment because cheap ones are just not good for you. Every now and then, if I find there's an essential oil I really like, or I want to clean with it or do something, I'll maybe purchase a single one, and it does last a really long time. Moving on, we've got one thing that we don't own that people might find strange is we don't own vases. I don't really buy flowers, or my husband doesn't really buy flowers for myself. I find that they are a waste of money. They just die, and I'd much prefer someone buy me like a plant than some flowers. Not to say I don't love flowers, I think they're beautiful and I really appreciate it when someone does buy me them. But I just have a big mason jar that I put my flowers in if someone does buy me some. So I don't own a vase, and I don't feel like I need to. Another item that we do not own are wine glasses or any other glasses other than basic normal glasses. We don't have fancy glasses or things for special occasions or for certain drinks. We don't own them. A, we don't drink wine or alcohol, and B, if I'm gonna drink a drink, I can drink it out of a normal glass. Don't want it to take up more space, and I've never needed them, never bought them. I don't see a need to spend money and have these items take up space. It is funny, my sister keeps a wine glass here so that when she comes round, She has a wine glass for her drink. She likes to drink wine and likes to drink it out of a wine glass. But that is hers, so I don't class that as something that I owned, because if she, at any point, she can take it back. And then another item I don't own are drink thermoses. Thermoses? I can't say that correctly. Like bottles and cups to keep your drinks warm. My husband and I don't drink hot drinks. We're not people that need to take hot drinks around with us in a thermos, so we don't own any. We don't have like soup thermos, things like that. It's just not something that we own. Another couple of items that I don't own is I do not own hair straighteners or hair curlers or any form of hair products other than a hairdryer, which you can probably tell I am not precious. I am not someone who really cares about their aesthetics, and if I'm going out somewhere where I have to do my hair and look fancy, my sister does have these items that I will often ask if I can borrow. I'm just not a girly girl. I think you can tell with how I dress and how I hold myself and act. I've never been a girly girl. Another thing we don't own is we do not own tablets and iPads. We have a TV and then we have our mobile phones each. Our kids don't have tablets, like we don't have tablets. Yeah, we don't own tablets and iPads. We just don't see a need for them. Our kids will use laptops if we do need to do something like that. Along with that is we also don't own smart home devices like Alexas or Google Plays. I don't like the idea of people listening in, and I just don't have a need for them. Anything I need from them I can use on my phone, and we are wanting to get a Bluetooth speaker so we can the kids are starting to want to listen to music more, so we can put it on there. But yeah, we don't have smart devices, I guess, in the house. We also don't have like a Ring doorbell. Our type of house that we have, the doorbell is our front door is in a really weird space, so having one would not be needed because it doesn't show anything. And then the last couple of items that I thought about that we don't own, there's probably loads that I've missed. I only put this list together today, so I've probably missed loads of items. But it's like non-essential baby products like jumperoos and like cots. I don't feel that's essential, we just co-sleep. We don't own like non-essential baby items. And as well as that is we don't baby proof. This is a controversial one. We baby proofed with our first and we found it was more of a faff. Whereas with our second, we just taught him not to do stuff. Like I taught him how to go up and down the stairs. So from he started crawling at 5 months. He would just crawl up and down the stairs himself safely. And we never had baby stair gates, and he has never fallen down the stairs, touch wood. He is nearly 5 now, and we won't be doing it with the third one. We don't baby proof anything. We just, if there's something that can be broken or is dangerous, we'll move it out of reach for our babies, or we teach them to just how to use things correctly and not to. So we just taught them how to go up and down the stairs. So I feel like that is everything that I managed to think up that we don't own. I'm sure there's a load of other stuff. I was trying to ask Joel, like, is there anything I've forgotten? But he couldn't think of anything. That was one thing I forgot. We don't own knickknacks. We're not people that have lots of things other than my crazy Lego wall behind me. We don't have just bits and pieces. We don't have little ornaments and stuff around the house. I don't like it. I'm not an ornamental type person. I like things to have a use. I don't want things to just take up space. They need to have use, and I'm not someone that wants to go out and buy loads of knickknacks. But that's everything that I could think of. Let me know down below what things that you don't own that other people do that they find maybe weird. I'd love to know. But these are the items that I, as a minimalist and a frugal person, do not own. I hope you enjoyed this very, very quick video, and the reason it's so quick is because my camera light is flashing at me. The battery is about to go any second, so I'm wondering if I can quickly finish this video before it goes. But that is everything for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye, friends.